Apologies for these shitty drawings. I tried to record some stuff, but, well, this FPS is terrible, and these settings are probably disgusting to look at. Symmetra currently is a very niche pick as she doesn't provide much in support to her team, but more of a utility. Her barrier, while being a great reactionary tool, is not very good at protecting teammates effectively or efficiently. Her turrets don't provide more than a 6 HP sponge against any Winston, and won't provide a good nor reliable source of damage against any light breeze which floats their way, which is a shame seeing as the turret's slow is very nice and its damage output is pretty high. Her weapons beam is probably her most fun part, as it makes a mini-game of seeing can you dodge bullets long enough for you to go kill everyone. Her secondary fire is just a zoning spamming tool against anyone with a brain, which makes her ultimate the only legitimate and reliable utility she brings to a team. It's rather unfortunate that her only legitimate utility is so uninteractive, or currently being attached to a pulse bomb. So how do we change Symmetra into becoming useful while keeping her core values as a utility damage dealer? My first change would be to her turrets. 6 turrets on a 10-second charge time, 60 seconds for all of which die in a light breeze, in a fast-paced game. Yeah, that's fun. It's time that these turrets have some HP. Nothing crazy, just a 25 HP pool. Enough to have someone spend more than an accident to kill them, but not too much to be frustrating. A decrease to their reload time would be great too. From 10 seconds to 8 seconds, from 60 seconds to 48. Except with our next change, 6 turrets would be too strong, so we now cap them at 4. So they have a 32-second full reload time. A bit longer than Resurrectors. Also, to compensate this, the turret's damage would be up to reach the same damage per second as though there were 6. Our next change is to make the turrets have the optional ability to be a shield generator instead. These shields would be a maximum of 80 HP, each one of the 4 providing 20 HP in a lower range than our current one, about 15 meters. However, if 75 HP is necessary, or if it's forcing Symmetra to only use shield generators, a value of 40, 20, 10, 5 could be used, adding up to 75 and making the turret seem like a more practical option over an extra 5 or 10 HP. We can also make a similar change to how the turrets do damage. Now, to make Symmetra not just an extra 150 HP for your team for merely picking her, we'll be removing her ultimate shield generator. This might leave Teleporter too weak and pointless in some situations. Therefore, we could change Teleporter to either permanent before being destroyed, having no teleporting limits, or the Teleporter could be invincible but only be able to teleport 4 people. To compensate the new power of Teleporter, its ultimate charge will be increased about 30 to 50%. This leaves Photon Barrier. It's very useful at leading a charge, but is quite lackluster at saving an ally, so we'll remove and rework it into an unstable barrier. Symmetra shields an ally for 100 HP for 4 seconds on a 12-second cooldown after the shield is broken. After 4 seconds, the barrier explodes, dealing half of the damage it took as damage in a small area, about 5 meters. This will let Symmetra have opportunities to save allies by either deterring a focus fire, or to forcing enemies to approach a target from range. While her turrets are now stronger individually, it's quite unlikely to see a nest of them as Symmetra will have to balance the opportunity to do damage with the ability to support teammates. They will also be vulnerable to most enemies, still dying in a single shot most of the time. The effective area of the shield generators, if too strong, will require line of sight. Not only will this make generators easier targets, but it will encourage Symmetra to be actively participating in the game, instead of going to go hide something. Her ultimate change would require either teamwork from the enemies to coordinate the destruction of it with, say, a pulse bomb, or with teamwork from your team deciding the best opportunity to use charges as an individual, and which team members take priority of being rushed to an objective. It would also require Symmetra to decide to use her turrets over her shield generator to produce ultimate charge faster. Her new E would provide Symmetra with a constant room for thought of where and when to use it, either for a defensive save or to create room for her team. With these changes, Symmetra will hopefully become much more consistent and a stronger pick as a utility hero while still maintaining her previous weaknesses and counterplay. And that's that for my idiotic rework.